Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to dive into this with you today. Have you ever wanted to feel like you're literally inside the movie you're watching? Well, a properly calibrated surround sound system is exactly what makes that magic happen. But here's the secret. Before you sink into the couch and enjoy the setup, it is absolutely crucial to test and tune it. Today, I'm going to guide you step by step through achieving that perfect, immersive movie theater audio right in your own home.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our setup journey for today. First, the 5.1 experience. Second, methods for testing surround. Third, our SPL meter calibration guide. Fourth, testing on PCs and apps. Fifth, fixing silent or missing channels. And finally, number 6, resolving audio delay and echo.
Section 1. The 5.1 experience. Bringing audio to life. At its core, a 5.1 surround sound system isn't just about making things louder. It's a multi-channel audio system utilizing 6 distinct speakers to create an immersive, 3D audio listening experience. By wrapping the sound completely around you, it engages you. It places you right in the geographic center of every single scene and musical beat. To pull off this incredible 3D effect, the system relies on a very specific geographical layout across those 6 channels. You've got your front left, front right, and center speakers handling the main dialogue and frontal action. Then, you have the rear left and rear right enveloping you with environmental sounds. And finally, that point 1 is your one subwoofer for the deep bass. Now remember, each of these must be plugged into the exact appropriate connection on your sound card or main receiver based on your owner's manual.
Section 2. Methods for testing surround. Tuning for cinema-like audio.
Before we grab the popcorn, let's look at the physical hardware tools you can use to evaluate and perfect your soundstage. First, we have the SPL, or Sound Pressure Level Meter. This is an essential device used to level match all your speakers by measuring sound intensity in decibels. Then, we have audiophile-grade equipment. This is high-end gear designed to remove distortion, decode complex surround formats, and distribute precise frequency responses without artificially boosting them. This gear guarantees the highest quality audio for the most discerning listeners.
And this perfectly illustrates the real why behind testing. It's not just about making sure sound comes out, right? It's about balance. When all your speakers output the exact same decibel level, you get even effects and sound across all channels, which results in a flawless, true cinematic experience right in your living room.
Section 3. SPL Meter Calibration Guide. Reaching Perfect Balance.
All right, think of me as your audio Sherpa for these next few steps. Calibration takes a few cycles, working speaker by speaker. Step 1. Place the SPL meter straight up on a tripod at your main listening position. Why a tripod? Well, if you hold it, your body's movement and mass will actually absorb and alter the sound reading. Step 2. Set the meter to C weighting and slow response. Step 3. Set your receiver's master volume. If it uses a relative scale, set it to exactly 0 dB. If it uses an absolute scale, set it to about 80% of its maximum range. Step 4. Activate your receiver's built-in tone generator to start sending out those test sounds. Initially, each channel level on your receiver should be set to 0. As the test tone automatically moves from one speaker to the other, you're going to watch your meter. But keep this in mind. If your front speakers require a negative offset to hit the target, you will need to adjust all the other channels relative to that negative baseline. So the absolutely crucial point is this number right here, 75. You want to measure each channel with the SPL meter and adjust the individual channel levels up or down until every single speaker registers exactly 75 decibels. That is the magic sweet spot for reference level home theater audio.
Section 4. Testing on PCs and apps. Convenient and accessible.
If you don't have dedicated hardware, you've got some fantastic digital options. For a quick evaluation, online tools and smartphone apps for Android or iOS are incredible. They often feature test tone generators, white noise, and audio sweeps. You can even record audio through the software and play it back to check for clarity. Alternatively, you have native capabilities built directly into your computer, like Windows 10 or 11, which allow for immediate hardware configuration without downloading a single thing. If you are on a PC, here is your quick click path to trigger a test natively. Step 1, simply right-click the speaker icon on your Windows taskbar. Step 2, click Sound, and a dialog box will appear where you select the playback option. Step 3, select your primary audio device and click Configure. You will immediately see a list of your 5.1 channels, and you can test them by just clicking on them right there on the screen. Section 5. Fixing silent or missing channels.
troubleshooting audio.
It's a highly relatable question, isn't it? What should you do if you click the test button and you're just left staring blankly at completely silent speakers? Don't panic, we've got a troubleshooting safety net, and most issues come from incredibly simple connection or system settings.
Here is your basic survival checklist for silence. First, physically check your connections or Bluetooth pairing. Second, verify the correct playback device is actually selected in your Mac or Windows settings. Third, if you're testing online, refresh the browser page. Sometimes audio permissions just reload incorrectly. Fourth, and I have to point this out because of how often this is the actual culprit, turn off mute. Check both your system volume and the physical knobs on your speakers. And finally, if none of that works, try playing a local MP3 file on your computer. If a local file won't play either, you know for sure the problem is within your hardware, not the website you're using.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the data breakdown when you have absolutely no sound on a PC, even after doing those basic checks. An overwhelming 80% majority of persistent no sound cases on Windows are caused by just one thing: outdated or missing audio drivers. So before you go out and buy new speakers, check for driver or firmware updates for your sound card. Sometimes a simple system reboot is enough to reset stuck audio sessions.
Let's pivot to another classic issue. What if you aren't getting total silence, but you are only hearing sound in one ear or on one side of your room?
These fixes are actually super quick. If it's a Bluetooth sync failure where one channel didn't connect, just repair the device. If the sound is heavily skewed, check your Windows balance slider under your sound settings to ensure left and right are perfectly equal. And here's a great pro tip for you. Try swapping the audio cables. If the sound flips sides when you swap the cables, you've identified a speaker polarity problem. All you need to do to fix that is reverse the positive and negative speaker wires on the back of the silent speaker. Section 6. Resolving audio delay and echo. Fixing the lag.
Lag, echo, or out-of-sync playback happens when the system buffers too much audio or the microphone loops back. It totally ruins the immersion. Here is your latency checklist to fix it. First, close extra browser tabs using your mic or speakers. Next, dive into Windows settings and disable audio enhancements or spatial sound, which can cause processing delays. If you're getting a ringing echo, reduce your mic gain to avoid feedback. For serious surround setups experiencing delay, update your 5.1 or 7.1 driver or reset your Dolby Atmos configuration. Finally, if you're on Bluetooth, switch to wired temporarily to see if the delay is purely connection-related. Doing all this will ensure playback feels sharp and perfectly in sync when you rerun your test.
You've placed your speakers, calibrated every channel to that 75 decibel sweet spot, and eliminated all the lag and echo. Your 5.1 system is now a perfectly tuned, cinema-grade experience. So, I leave you with this. What movie will you immerse yourself in first?